Outlander Season 8 Episode 1 won't let you forget that this is the show's last season. As Claire, Katrina Balfe, and Jamie Fraser, Sam Heughan, continue their adventures in colonial America, there are numerous very specific allusions to happier times and mentions of long-gone characters. Fortunately, Outlander Season 8 Episode 1 opens with a recap. Jamie and Claire investigate the origins of their little ward, Fanny, Flory Mae Wilkinson, who may or may not be the biological daughter of their daughter Faith, who was thought to have been stillborn in Season 2. Vasquez, Miguel Alvarez, the trafficker who sold young Fanny and her now-deceased sister Jane into prostitution, is questioned by Jamie. When Vasquez confesses to killing the girls, a brawl breaks out. Mother, and before escaping, Jamie and Claire murder Vasquez and his associate. Jamie and Claire conjecture about Faith's fate. After Faith was purportedly killed in Season 2, Claire remembers Master Raymond, Dominique Pinion, apologizing to her inexplicably, and she questions whether he was involved in Faith's survival. Fans of Outlander are unfamiliar with all of this. Faith was really stillborn in the book series. Jamie and Claire regret never getting to know Faith and sincerely hope she was loved and cared for throughout her life. And that's before to the opening credits of Outlander Season 8 Episode 1. Outlander Season 8 Episode 1 revolves around mystery and family ties. In the first episode of Outlander Season 8, Jamie and Claire are visiting their adopted son Fergus, Cesar Domboy, his wife Marzali, Lauren Lyle, and their kids in Savannah, Georgia, in 1779. This Fraser family member was last seen in Season 6 and has subsequently started a printing business. Fergus worked for Jamie in an Edinburgh printing shop in Season 3, so it's a pleasant throwback to his beginnings. Jamie cautions Fergus to consider his family's safety while he is covertly disseminating manifestos opposing the British occupati. Down in the previous season, young Ian is still as careful as ever, pointing out elements he has duplicated from the old house, such as an apothecary for Claire with south-facing windows to maximize sunshine and a table he built from memory. The Frasers' return to town makes him and his wife Rachel, Izzy Meikle-Small, extremely happy. In their absence, Hiram Crombie, Anthony Byrne, opens a new store and presents Charles Cunningham, Kieran Boo, his business partner, to the Frasers. Although Cunningham is courteous enough, Jamie becomes wary of him after learning that he fought for the monarch during the Battle of Saratoga, which Jamie participated in on behalf of the Americans. Don't be shocked if Cunningham turns out to have bad intentions because there has been a malevolent neighbor of Fraser's Ridge in almost every season of Outlander's American era. Roger and Brianna make an emotional and happy comeback. However, there is still good news on Fraser's Ridge. To Jamie and Claire's amazement, Brianna, Sophie Skelton, and Roger, Richard Rankin, arrive in Outlander Season 8 Episode 1 with their kids. They said farewell and had no plans to go back in time, spending the majority of Season 7 in the 1980s. With Jamie and Claire, Brianna and Roger claim that their real home is in the 1770s. Books like Goodnight Moon, Lord of the Rings, and a Merc manual for Claire have also been brought back. However, the final contemporary book causes problems in the Fraser residence. Brianna returned with a copy of Frank's, Tobias Menzies, posthumously released book on Scottish history. She makes light of the fact that she failed to pass the first chapter, but is pleased that her adoptive father has it published at last. Jamie discovers two unwelcome revelations as he turns the pages of the book. First, Frank is angry because Claire never brought up the similarity between him and Black Jack Randall, also Menzies, his torturer and captive, who passed away in Season 3. Second, Jamie. Be distinct from the unfinished series. We're all in unfamiliar territory. Who knows what the future will bring? After Outlander Season 8, it's unknown. This is what transpired just before the premiere of Outlander, Season 8. These links may result in commissions or income for Hearst magazines and Yahoo on specific products. More than a year has passed since Outlander's 7th season finale aired in November 2024, leaving fans to speculate about what would happen to Claire, Katrina Balfe, and Jamie, Sam Heughan, during the final Droughtlander time. Here's a summary of where we left off ahead of the Season 8 debut. Season 7 of Outlander concluded with a number of high-stakes turns, some of which satisfactorily concluded stories and one of which finished with a devastating cliffhanger. Beginning with Roger's quest through the stones for Gem, this season's pleasant ending is as near as it gets. Roger, Richard Rankin. Here's someone approaching the road as he and Buck, Dermot Murtagh, are at Lallybroch in 1739. It turns out to be Brianna, Sophie Skelton, and the kids. The Mackenzies debate going back to their own time or figuring out how to get back to Fraser's Ridge as they consider what to do next. As they go, Brianna meets her paternal grandfather, Brian, played by Andrew Whipp, a relative who does not, and naturally would not, recognize her. A teaser for one of the prequel's important characters is set up by this endearing scene. 2025 saw the release of Outlander, Blood of My Blood. Back or forward, in 1778, Jamie has chosen Claire over his duties to the army, leaving his military post to stay with her while she heals. Even George Washington is unable to persuade him to change his mind. The two men feel they have nothing more to say to each other when Lord John Grey, David Barry, pays them a visit. Jamie is acutely conscious of his own mortality. Regarding Jamie's plot arc, Hewan told The Hollywood Reporter, he's talked about it multiple seasons. Recall that after seeing Jamie fight Black Jack Randall, Tobias Menzies, Claire goes into early childbirth, which results in both her hospitalization and Jamie's incarceration. Later, Master Raymond, Dominique Pinion, pays Claire a visit in the hospital and uses mysterious methods to cure a potentially fatal infection. He then makes a brief reappearance before being compelled to leave France, a promise that is repeated in the Season 7 finale. Faith is interred in Paris's L'Hôpital des Anges. Claire, played by Caitríona Balfe. Stars. Jamie and Claire are getting ready to head back to Fraser's Ridge at the conclusion of the most recent episode, 100,000 Angels, when Claire hears Fanny singing, "I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside." John H. Glover Kind wrote the song in 1907, and it quickly gained popularity in British music halls. The one time Faith held the infant in her arms, Claire sang the song to her. Fanny responds that her mother used to sing the song to her when Claire asks where she first heard it. Claire also discovers that Fanny has a locket containing a picture of a well-known woman with dark hair. The name, Faith, is written on the exterior. Finding out that their daughter might have survived and now having this grandson in their lives is a tremendous time for them. Hewan told THR, "I think both book and non-book lovers will be stunned by this fantastic cliffhanger. I believe Jamie is thinking, how is it possible? The joy and exhilaration that it might truly be feasible. Then, who is this young girl standing in front of us at this moment?" Stars is now streaming Outlander. I've been really anxious about the conclusion of Outlander, but Diana Gabaldon has a message for the fans. Outlander made a melancholy return to the 2026 TV calendar. This is due to Stars's announcement that the show would conclude with Season 8, even though Season 7 was still in the works. The Droughtlander has existed for a long time and will soon become permanent. Sets the tone and conveys how vivid and tragic the bond between Jamie and Claire is. You have to embrace the idea of time travel in a historical context in order to enjoy Outlander. How in the world is Outlander going to end? Naturally, the cast is aware, having completed the series filming back in 2024. Even Sam Heughan said at the time that he didn't really know how the series would conclude, which led me to question whether they had filmed several possible outcomes. EP Matthew B. Roberts, his supervisor, subsequently acknowledged that several endings were recorded. Gabaldon, who has watched the entirety of Outlander Season 8, is offering encouragement to people like me who are anxious about what may happen next. She stated to TV Insider, "It's a satisfying and successful conclusion, in my opinion. The fact that the show has been so popular over the years makes me very happy." Although the timeline was accelerated later in the series, the majority of the seasons have loosely adhered to the books. Although we've already seen some of Written in My Own Heart's Blood in Season 7, that book does have a beautiful, unforgettable finale, and when I first read it, I kind of thought it would be the last. But that proved not to be the case. According to reports, Season 8 will be based on Book 9, Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone. And Gabaldon stated that it will not delve into her unreleased book. 10. As a result, I'm worried that some character storylines, like the one at the window, may go unfulfilled because the window scene is meant to be how the series ends. The TV show's failure to finish Diana Gabaldon's written story is something I will definitely miss. I'm not indifferent to Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe. Even though I adore every character, they have skillfully handled this drama for more than 10 years while juggling parts in big-budget motion pictures. They've spent months working on action and combat sequences, they've managed to keep romantic parts interesting,